I completely agree with your approach, but it's hard to find a truly submissive woman. What do you think of that?
Well, a lot of men want a submissive woman. When I first met you, were you submissive?
Absolutely not.
What did you think of the idea of being submissive? Had you heard of it before, or was it something that you had negative connotations around?
I had very negative connotation around. I heard about it, but for me it was just a big no all the time.
And that's because most women are naturally feminine by nature, as you already know.
Mm-hmm.
And you were already like this. You are already feminine. But that doesn't mean that you want to run around pleasing the man that you're with just by default.
No.
Because he has to earn that. Most men expect to find a woman who straight away is just rushing to do the shopping for him, to clean his things and to make dinner for him and to give him massages and everything like this. But I remember when I first met you and I asked you, do you like to cook? Do you like to clean?
Terrible questions.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard them, I was like, oh my God, that's not gonna be very long.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
And now look, do you enjoy cooking?
Yes.
Do you enjoy cleaning?
I wouldn't say like it's my passion number one, but it helps me like even to ground and to be satisfied. I managed to be satisfied with cleaning now than before I was like, oh my God, I need to clean.
But even that's also in the way that we do it.
Mm.
Because what's your morning routine when it comes to cleaning?
Wanting to clean every day. So it makes it really easier for me than just thinking like, oh, we are, I don't know, Saturday and I'm gonna clean all the house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that I do naturally now. And after doing this thing, I know that for the rest of the day, I don't need like to clean something in particular. And I can focus on other things.
Yeah, there's not one right way to go about doing things, but you need to find what works for the man and what also works for the woman. Because if, for example, if cleaning's not the thing that you're so interested in, but I made you make sure the house was spotless every day, maybe this would be too much for you and you wouldn't enjoy it. But when it's part of your morning ritual where you wake up and just clean one thing, then it makes it more manageable.
Yes.
But to go back to the original question, it's the responsibility of the man to allow the woman to become more submissive. She's not going to do everything for you just by default. When we first got together, I wasn't just saying, right, and we were just talking, and I'd say, right, just clean the house, make me food, blah, blah, blah.
No.
It wasn't like this.
No, not at all.
Especially when you weren't even necessarily familiar with those things. You didn't necessarily cook big meals or cook that often.
Mm-hmm.
I invited you round and I showed you, like, okay, this is how I would cook a roast chicken, for example, because you're also gluten-free.
Yeah.
So that was something that I had to take into consideration. Mm-hmm. Now, I eat mostly whole foods anyway, which is gluten-free for the most part. But I remember having to prepare the meals and show you what the standard was for me and what I was prepared to accept and not accept. And then that way, I taught you how to do some of these things, and then the standard was set. I was also willing to show you, for example, that I can cook, I can clean for myself. But at the start of the relationship, I remember doing that as well. It was just to show you that I'm willing to commit to you. And then I would never ask someone to do something that I wouldn't be willing to do myself. Which is why a lot of the things that you now do for me, I've done for you, to show you as like a sign of respect. Because just expecting you, as soon as we meet, to start cooking, start cleaning, serving me food and giving me massages is too much.
Mm-hmm. But it was also like a good lesson regarding the cooking, because for me cooking was annoying, cooking was difficult, cooking was long, and annoying, just annoying for me. It was something annoying to do. So the fact that you showed me all these very simple recipes and showing me that everything can be simple, that helped me a lot, like to have another vision of like the cooking, of the cleaning, and all these kind of things.
This is one of the biggest things. It comes down to competent leadership. So I knew that you didn't like complicated things.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't going to teach you lots of complex recipes. I showed you what's simple, what's going to work for me, and what's also going to work for you. But ultimately, it comes down to leadership. If you want a woman to submit to you, or to, even if you don't like that terminology, if you want a woman to follow you and to help you, to be an asset to you and take care of the things that you don't have time for necessarily, then you have to take responsibility for her ultimately and make sure that she feels loved and cared for and supported. Because if you didn't feel those things, you wouldn't want to do all the other nice things. That's fundamentally what it comes down to. Is that when the men takes on more responsibility for the relationship and the growth of the relationship, and whether or not you feel loved and supported and seen and heard and listened to, all of those things, if you take care of those things, then that allows you to say, okay, I feel safe, I trust him, and I'm willing to let him lead me. And by doing that, I'm going to make his life easier by supporting him in the ways that I can best.